Ex-Voto is a fascinating story, the story of the Guigals on Hermitage. So it's not a recent story. If I search in my grandfather's cellar, I will find bottles of Hermitage labeled Guigal dating back 1945. So it's a long time we're working with the Hermitage appellation, buying grapes, buying wines. But you can probably imagine the frustration of a winemaker when you know a place very, very well, almost by heart, and you don't own a single square meter of land. It's extremely frustrating. You go there very often, you see the vineyards, they're beautiful, they're outstanding, and you don't own anything. So you have ideas how to prune, how to handle it, but you're not there. 2001 is a very dynamic year for us. So we have the opportunity to take over Jean-Louis Grippa estate and also the De Valois estate. De Valois estate was, what I can say, a funny estate. I have two stories to tell you about De Valois. The first one is that in the vineyards you could find the best and the worst. Among the best you have outstanding in Hermitage, including Hermites, Bessards and Greffieux, including in Côte-Rôtie, the vineyard touching La Mouline on the right-hand side. So this is among the very best things you can find in the De Valois estate. Also the worst, that is to say some vines on the plateau in Côte-Rôtie that shouldn't have the Côte-Rôtie appellation according to me, so difficult to handle. The other story is back to 2002, we're visiting the US and we're in New York with Fredek and we go to Gallagher. We ask for a bottle of De Valois Hermitage, and they say, we have only 2 bottles left. We say, okay, we take the 2 bottles. The first one was true vinegar, and the second one was outstanding. So I think it reflects the problem of De Valois in the past. That is to say, they were not very reliable in terms of what was inside the bottle. So we've done a very hard work, first in Côte-Rôtie, taking out the vines from the plateau and using the plantation rights to plant the best hillsides in the slope in Côte-Rôtie, because we had a strong reserve of land in Côte-Rôtie that we've been able to plant at that time. And of course taking over these outstanding terroirs in Saint-Joseph and in Hermitage. So the white Ex-Voto is made of 2 specific vineyards. 10% of the blend is from l'Hermite. I don't have to talk much about l'Hermite. Everybody knows about l'Hermite, and it has given its name to the Hermitage appellation. And 90% of this wine is coming from Les Murets. When we visited the vineyard of Les Murets with Jean-Louis Grippa for the first time, Jean-Louis made a little joke. So he said, unfortunately, my vineyard has been planted in 2 different times. So I'm afraid there's a young vine part and an old vine part. The young vine part is 50 years old, and the old vine part is 100 years old. So you're tasting right now the oldest vines in Hermitage. It could be Syrah, but it's not. It's Marsanne. It's also a lot of Marsanne here. We're talking about 93–95% Marsanne, and the rest is Roussanne. And what I love about this wine is the natural dry extract that you have in this wine. It's a huge wine, but you quickly see that it's not thanks to the vinification, thanks to the press or whatever. It's really thanks to the vines.
If we tasted the Marsanne from each place, how would you distinguish?
You would have Les Murets that would be on the opulence and let's say round side, and you would have l'Hermite that would be a little bit sharper with probably higher acidity and tannins that are very, very long. And I'm using the word tannins for the whites, which sounds strange, but you have a white wine here that almost tastes like a red wine.